So I was playing the demo for Dispatch, a game developed by Ad Hoc Studio. They made The Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us games, and I have to say this game is it's a lot of fun. In this game, you play as Robert Robertson. Yes, that's his actual name. His superhero name is Mecha Man, and his suit was destroyed in battle against his nemesis, which made him take a job as a superhero dispatcher. He's in charge of his own superhero team, which are actually ex-villains, so it's kind of like a Suicide Squad thing, you know? As he's managing the team, he's also rebuilding his suit on the side in hopes of getting revenge on his nemesis. It's a very nice and simple story, which I'm sure will open up more as you play. This is a game where choices matter, so I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot of conflicts that you're going to have to come across and make tough decisions on. Now, I want to talk about the characters really quickly. There's not going to be nothing I can say in depth about them just because the demo's 30 minutes long. Can't really gather that much information about them. But I will say, whenever we consume new superhero content, we try to, draw parallels to heroes we already know from Marvel or DC or from Image or whatever. And I did the same thing here, but I was happy to find out that I really couldn't draw many parallels. Now, I don't know all the comic book characters in the world, don't know everybody, but from the mainstream ones that I know of, I really couldn't draw any parallels. If I could, they were surface level. So, for example, Robert, I would say is a parallel to Tony Stark Iron Man. I don't think he's intelligent as him, but he's obviously rebuilding his own mech suit, so he's somewhat intelligent. And sometimes he comes off as a bit of a dickhead. So, like I said, surface level stuff. Then there's Coupe, who reminds me of Sam Wilson, Captain America, or Falcon, if you want to call him that. They fly around throwing sharp objects at people. Then there's Malevola, who reminds me of X-Men's Magic because she has a huge sword that you can use to cut through dimensions and teleport. Gollum, who's literally Clayface. Then there's Prism, who she doesn't really remind me of a superhero off the top of my head, but she does remind me of Naomi from WWE. Congratulations to the new women's champion. But like I said, very surface level stuff, and I honestly appreciate that. It's very refreshing to pick up new superhero content and not be forced to just see the parallels all the time. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Dispatch is a point and click game. At no point during the 30-minute demo was I ever able to control Robert. Not saying it won't ever happen, and I'm not going to say they're not going to be quick time events, but for now, it does not seem there was no points where I controlled the character other than from clicking on the screen. So if you're looking for intense action, don't get your hopes up. Like Telltale games, choices matter, so every little thing that you do will be remembered by a certain character, whether it's negative or positive. This is not really new if you're used to playing Telltale or Life is Strange games, but what is pretty cool is the dispatching side of the gameplay. How it's handled is very simple. Someone calls in with a problem, and you send someone out there to go deal with that problem based on who you think is best suited to handle it. The way you figure out who's best suited to handle a certain job usually is based off of their stats. There's combat, intellect, charisma, mobility, and vigor. And you have to pay attention because the notes in the call will give you an indication on which stat you will need for that mission. So, for example, the very first mission is to retrieve a lost balloon. Climb a 40-foot tall tree to retrieve a red balloon. This requires someone with high mobility because you're going to be climbing a tree. So I picked Coupe for this mission because she had one of the highest mobility stats on the team. When she got there, the game rolled the dice, and as you can see, the mobility stat is not the only stat that matters. This means that something can go wrong. It's like playing Dungeons and Dragons. You may have high possibility of hitting something, but it doesn't always mean you will hit. So on the first try, I got the balloon out the tree. I played it again on the second time. I didn't. The dice roll wasn't in my favor. Good thing is these stats can be upgraded as you play the game. As they complete mission, they will get experience points that you can put into each one of these stats. And I can see some people now thinking, well, I'll just make an all-around character. And my advice is don't do that. The cool thing about this game is that it simulates real life dispatching. Whether you're dispatching for the airport, the police department, the fire department, whoever, it requires multitasking. So while Coupe was on her way to her mission, someone else called in with a different problem where I had to send another hero out for that mission. And this happens throughout the entire game. There would be times where I had 3 calls up and I had the 4th call show up where I had to send someone else out there. That means you cannot stretch yourself thin if you can help it. There are times where this game will give you the option to send 2 or more characters out on a mission, and you have to make a choice on whether that is a reasonable thing to do. Some characters are perfectly capable of handling a mission on their own. Why? Because each character has a special ability that can help themselves, a teammate, or you as a dispatcher. For example, Invisigal, when she goes out on a mission by herself, will get there quicker and handle it quicker, leaving you open to send another hero or 2 out to do something else that's needed. Coupe, if she's involved in a mission that requires 2 or more people, she can be put into the first slot and get a combat boost, or in the second slot to get a mobility boost. It's really cool how all this can work. On top of that, there are some missions that can be instantly completed if you send the right hero. There was a mission that required stealth, and so I sent Invisigal, and boom, it was instantly completed. You can even send Flambe to go deal with the fire that he started, and he can just make it worse. And that's not all. You, the dispatcher, can also help the heroes on their mission by hacking into different systems, which I'm sure is perfectly legal. And the last thing I learned while playing this demo is that failure comes at a price. If a mission fails, your hero has a chance of becoming injured, which decreases all their stats. And if they get injured again, they're done for the rest of the day. And I can only imagine how stressful this game can get if you're down one or two characters for a day. Good lord. But that's really all I have to say about Dispatch. It was a 30-minute demo, didn't really show that much, but it showed enough for me to be interested in it. I do believe, due to the fact that I am a dispatcher myself, I am drawn to games like this more often. I don't know why, but it's just a thing that tickles me. The only thing I don't really like about this game is the art direction, and it's a me thing. I've never been a fan of the whole stop motion animation that comic book movies and stuff do. I didn't like the Spider Verse. Didn't really care for the animation style of South of Midnight. It just doesn't appeal to me. I understand it's very popular. I don't really care. I apologize. I just don't. But this game, I think, is going to be phenomenal. If you enjoy Telltale games, Life is Strange, stuff like that, you're going to love Dispatch. While it looks like it's going to be lacking the moving around and exploring part of these kind of games, it's still going to be a great narrative, in my opinion. I cannot wait to see how this progresses, and I hope it does not get delayed because I really want to play it this year. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Please leave a comment down below with your opinions about this game. I really want to hear and talk with you guys about it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more content from me, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one.